People, Deputy Commissioner of Police, DCP Fitzbailey, has reported that the police have identified a man who recorded himself threatening Prime Minister Andrew Holness following the mass shooting in Clarendon on Sunday. Bailey provided the update during a press conference at the office of the Prime Minister on Wednesday. According to DCP Fitzbailey, the individual has been on the police radar for some time. He said efforts are currently being made to take him into custody in what is a well-advanced investigation.
After Monday's press conference, there was a video circulating on social media with an individual, masked individual, issuing threats towards the Prime Minister. Can you say, DCP Bailey, in regards to how the police have been treating that incident?
We have identified the individual. It's somebody who has been on our radar before, and efforts are now being made to take him into custody. The investigation is well advanced.
Your Batty Boy and Joelness, how you feel like you were come for next? Straight down to Beverly Hills where I come. Straight down there. No mercy. Clap AK, brawling. Clap the white rifle, them brawling. You feel like care about buckle team. Suck your mama. Batty Boy Prime Minister. You are not Prime Minister, you don't rule nothing. Suck your mother and your wife and you pick them up. Dead nothing dead.
People, you see this video I just play with him at Abu Anjo. This is the second video he did, right? The first video is on my channel. You can stroll down and you will find it. But let me tell you something, people. You see, as long as a man come out and say S-U-C-K your mother and your wholeness, him easy to find. I don't know if the S-U-C-K mother upon the radar or the somewhere there. So once you say that about the PM, them are going to find you. You may tell you, them not find him yet. So make we see what go on for the next 24 hours. But Mr. People, you know today was a press conference and the Prime Minister gave his speech. DCP Fitzbailey gave his speech. Now I'm going to play Dr. Horace Chang's speech. Let you hear what he had to say.
Honorable Prime Minister, leaders of the security forces, members of the media present and those online, good morning. After careful consideration and review of the current situation and the result of events in Clarendon, His Excellency the Governor General has declared a state of public emergency for the parish of Clarendon. The Honourable Prime Minister has advised the Governor General to make such a declaration on the recommendation of the Chief of Defence Staff and the Commissioner of Police. Our informed assessment is that high levels of violent criminal activity experienced within the specified area is of such nature and such an extensive scale that it endangers public safety. This large single-year count of murders within the parish of Clarendon is attributed to ongoing violence within the division that had reached a tenuous magnitude, resulting in the eventual perpetration of murders as a means of intimidation and further as a form of reprisal as gangs seek to dominate existing turf. Again, to gain new turf and benefit from lagers. It is foreseen that this current rate of perpetuation will escalate on the consideration that additional numbers of gangs across the division will inevitably be impacted and hence minded to perpetrate similar acts of intimidation and reprisal. A state of emergency was declared on the 23rd of November 2023 in Clarendon and expanded 6th of December 2023. During this period, the division experienced one shooting incident only. This amounts to a reduction of 100% in murder and 50% in shooting incident over the 14-day period, when compared to an equivalent period of time prior to the SOE, during which 3 murders and 2 shooting incidents were recorded. This state of public emergency comes not only as a single act. The government will be attacking gangs in all sections of Jamaica. There were 4 curfews across the southern belt last night in the Clarendon division, and in the corporate area. There are multiple operations across the western belt and outside of Kingston in areas where it is known that gangs operate. Several people were detained. The police will have those details. Events of this nature will be met with the full force of the law, and the government will not be shy in taking all steps to provide the police with required powers to do so. An event of this sort, we'll have to go back over a decade to identify such an event. But I recall with some graphic view as it happened in my own constituency, when on one afternoon there were 19 shootings, 11 deaths. The police retaliated with the traditional tools. By Monday morning, there was 27 deaths. I recall very graphically, and I see some of the officers here recall it with, recall the event. Events of this sort do not leave your mind for life. So we take steps to provide the police with the additional tools to prevent reprisals and counter-reprisal, and we will not deter or apologize for such activity. This government is committed to protecting the lives of Jamaicans, all its citizens. We note that, in fact, at the present time, the reduction in major crimes and homicide have been significant. The 17% reduction in homicide, we'll have to go back 20 years to identify an area in which this kind of reduction took place. We also have provided the police with this kind of tools, strong and effective means of intercepting and apprehending violence producers, because today, too, we are confident the police is in a much better position than they were a decade ago. They are stronger, they are better equipped, and we have a team of highly professional police officers. The sub-officers and commanding officers on the road today, I am confident, and I know, and they are not police officers in the police force because a job of last resort. They are bright young Jamaicans, experienced officers who are in the police force because they want to be police officers. They are committed to maintaining peace and good order. As a government, we will give them the tools required to be able to be effective against these horrendous criminals who are taking this kind of activity. Today, we have declared a state of emergency in Clarendon. We'll utilize the 14 days, and any discussion of any further activity depends on the situation at the end of the day. But we are confident the police will use these tools, supported by the Jamaica Defence Force, to effectively control the rise of criminal violence in Clarendon. And thank you. And we are now going to call on our Chief of Defence Staff to further explain the action of the mobilization of the security forces.